Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dark Moon Tim here. I have a bunch of awesome people here tonight on my show. Before we get started, if you are watching this, to get on the Giddy app waitlist. If you're the first 20,000 downloads, you will get a free NFT. Also, if you click in the U card, if you scan the QR code in the corner up there, you can also get onto the Giddy waitlist app. So that's something cool that you guys probably want to get on. And so I'm just going to start throwing people up on the screen. I don't know who's going in what order, but right now we have Moonboy that just popped up, and he's
What's
on the
up?
show tonight. What's going on, Moonboy?
So Tim was actually telling me a little bit about Giddy, and I'm actually connecting my MetaMask right now, looking at it. Well, that's horrible. It's blurry, but I'm looking at Giddy right now because I'm not informed, but I want to be informed. So hopefully we do talk about Giddy in this roundtable episode.
We could definitely talk a little bit about Giddy. And guess who also knows about Giddy? Crypto Atlas. Haha.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, Crypto Atlas? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Good. Are you excited as Drew, who's now on? What's going on? I'm sorry, Generation Crypto. I shouldn't have said your real name. I hope I just didn't dox you.
No, it's okay. I used my real name in the beginning of my channel. It's going good. I thought you were gonna throw me up when you said Giddy.
But, I know I was going to, but I wanted to throw.
I was even gonna put on my Giddy hat because I got so excited, but now I can't do that.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys do want to get on the wait list, Drew has an app code to scan as well, but don't use his, use mine. So
we're both. The goal is we both want to beat Scott Paul and being number 1 and 2 spots on the wait list. That's the end goal.
Correct. And it's really cool because if you guys do get on there, you can get some really neat perks. It's just for downloading it and just going through the KYC process. You don't even have to buy anything. It's just downloading the app when it comes out. It hasn't come out yet. And it's a really cool project. And I think you guys will like it if you look into it. All right. So if you're watching this channel, don't forget to smash that like button. We're going to start talking. We're going to start things off with the first topic right now, and it is this right here, the SafeMoon exchange. Will it be a hit? And I think the question why I'm even bringing this up right now is because there's extreme fear in the crypto market, and there has been some hinting going on by John Croning on Twitter and in Discord that the SafeMoon exchange is getting very close. I just want to hear from you guys what you think. Do you think it's going to just explode when it is released, or you think based on the market conditions, it's going to have a slow takeoff? So first, I'm going to go with Moonboy on this one.
So for me, I'm just waiting for the blockchain or exchange. That's what I care about. I think the services like SafeMoon Connect, the products like the NFT, the wind turbines, all great things to fuel the ecosystem even further. But I care about 2 things. I invested heavily for 2 things, right? So if the exchange is on the way where, I do see on Twitter that people are talking about the exchange and dropping hints. I did see Atlas. I did see SafeMoon Joe drop videos as well about the SafeMoon exchange that could be up and coming. So I see that there's some hype being built around the exchange, the potential launch, and I think it will be great. Now, the real question for me, how does SafeMoon perform in a bear market with the products being released? Because obviously in the bull run, you're going to get massive hype. Everyone's getting tons of money when it comes to buying all these S coins, and they have money to throw everywhere. So when SafeMoon pumps and people see the green candles, they can throw thousands of BNB in there, no problem at all, right? But now we're almost in a bear market. I think I was watching Atlas's video saying that Bitcoin has closed under 30K for the past, 7 weeks? So yeah. 7 weeks, right? So my question is, how does SafeMoon perform in a bear market releasing new products? And does it even matter when it comes to the volume we're looking for, when it comes to the price action we're looking for, when it comes to the potential hype? Because if overall crypto is down, I think it will still pump. I think price action will still respond with the launch of either blockchain or exchange or something like a SafeMoon Connect. But it might not be what we thought it was. But I'm looking forward to it. Cryptonomics. Put your Bitcoin, put your Ethereum, put your whatever coin you have available on the exchange, earn more of that coin. It still is a very interesting concept. So I do want to see it come to fruition. And I think, we're looking at maybe Q3, Q4 based off what I'm seeing on Twitter. Nothing is confirmed, just throwing numbers out there, potential, right? But yeah, I'm excited for that.
All right. Atlas, let's get your take on it. Are you excited for it? Do you think it'll be a hit based on these current conditions? What do you think?
I think its initial launch is definitely going to be a hit because one of the biggest things that's holding SafeMoon back at the moment is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? And one of those elements is the lack of delivery. We were waiting on 12, 14 different things. Each one has its own independent value. And an exchange is a big statement. People say like, well, we would love to get SafeMoon listed on Binance. And then the SafeMoon team has kind of elaborated in the past, like, you're not seeing the bigger picture here. We could have our own exchange. We kind of already do have an exchange, which is the swap, right? But if you roll out an actual exchange and you built it from the ground up, and you've got the global tokenomics that's implemented in there, you've got cryptonomics that's being applied for all crypto, not just SafeMoon, but let's say you hold Bitcoin, you hold Ethereum, and those are earning based on trading activity that's native to the SafeMoon exchange. All that is highly incentivized. Now, what I'm concerned about is after its initial launch, how is it going to hold up from a traffic standpoint? If we look at the SafeMoon wallet, when it was getting ready to launch, the website crashed, and that was a huge debacle, right? That didn't leave a good impression. It was doxed, or not doxed, it was DDoSed. Had a ton of traffic that flowed into it. When the SafeMoon exchange goes to launch, you got to take into account the people that are FOMOing back in. You got to take into account the people that have already stayed in. And then you've also got the malicious players, the people that are being vindictive for one reason or another, because they're with another project and they're just trying to make sure that their project looks like the better competitor to SafeMoon. Or it could be that they got burned on what they had with SafeMoon and they ended up selling at some point. And they just have that bad taste. They're like, you know what? I'm going to do things. I'm not saying me personally. I'm role playing here, guys. Like somebody is going to come in. Yeah, somebody is going to go in and they're going to try and just crash the website. And I've used Coinbase quite a bit. I don't know how often you guys have used it over the last couple of years, but there's been numerous times where even as big as Coinbase is, there's been critical times where there's been some major move going on with Ethereum or with Bitcoin. You go into the app and you're like, hey, I need to do a trade. And guess what? You can't, because the app has crashed and they're trying to work on it. You're like, whoa, wait a second. This is kind of the equivalent of what's going on with Robinhood, right? Where they halt the trading for some of the stocks. You're like, dude, I need to make some sells. Now, especially if you add in margin trading to an exchange and then you don't even have the capabilities of keeping the exchange up to people be able to get into their account, people get margin called. And where do you think a lot of the money goes when you get margin called? That money goes to the exchange. So it's kind of this weird predicament, right? Where you're using their tool services to do things. They're trying to build trust. They are an avenue that you could use, but there are other alternatives. And ultimately, you want it to succeed as much as possible. So on its initial launch, I think there will be tons of hype. It will be a hit because it's finally one of those moments of delivery. But after its initial launch, will it crash right away? Are we going to see one of those kinds of issues? And I would hope that with the security team and them taking as much time as they are right now, they're really double, triple, quadruple, quintuple checking everything, running simulations just to make sure that the site will stay up and it will be secure and it will function the way that it's supposed to.
Awesome. So one of the things that I was looking at the other day were how big holders are right now in SafeMoon, and about 82% of them own less than 82% of the 600,000 people own less than $250 of SafeMoon. Based on that, they're not big holders right now. The same question to you, Generation Crypto. Do you think that this is going to bring in a lot more money? Or you think this is what's holding people from adding to their bag? They're waiting for more releases. So do you think the SafeMoon exchange, when it comes out, will be a hit?
That is a tough question, I think. If you would have asked me this 3 months ago, I would have probably said very confidently that I think it's going to be a massive hit. But like we've talked about, the current state of the market is very difficult right now. SafeMoon recently listed on Mandala, and there's been days where it's had, 2 or 3 digit daily volume numbers on an exchange like that. So, I mean, extremely astronomically low daily volume just on SafeMoon alone. So when the exchange does come out, whether that's 3 months from now or 9 months from now, we could be in a completely different market at that point. It could continue to be very bearish, or it could kind of flip for the more of a bullish cycle. So I think that's going to drastically affect what we'll see when the exchange does come out. And then kind of what Alex was talking about when we first had the product launches with the wallet, it was not great. And I think that they hopefully will have learned from that, and when they move forward with the exchange, and make sure that they've dotted all their I's and crossed all their T's, so that when that launches, it launches in a way that's not going to run into a bunch of issues. And if they're able to do that and build confidence in that product, then maybe potentially it could build into something that people could trust and then put their money into. But with the recent allegations, the lawsuits, the lack of products recently, I think a lot of people are waiting on, are these things true? Is this lawsuit going to actually hurt the project? Is it not going to hurt the project? And then if they actually are able to release a product like the SafeMoon exchange, is that going to kind of compete with the other exchanges that are out there or provide any additional edge to the current exchanges? And one of the things that's been talked about is the idea of tokenomics being applied broadly to cryptonomics, right? So being able to use that for Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies that you could essentially earn without having to necessarily stake. So if they're able to do that in a cost-effective manner where it makes sense logistically to put your money into an exchange that will do that, and it's shown that it's secure and it's shown that it's working, I think over time they can build up that trust, and then that can become a top 10 exchange or better. But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of kind of hurdles as far as trust goes, and of course a bad market they're going to be fighting against when that first comes out.
Awesome answer. Yeah, I think my main thing about the SafeMoon exchange, I think it will be a hit if they have cryptonomics and tokenomics working on it. If it is one of those things, if they release the exchange itself and it's just like any other exchange without the tokenomics and the cryptonomics within the exchange, I think that is going to slow down its explosion if that's what they were going for. If they do launch with tokenomics, which is something I'm hoping they launch with, I think it's going to be what a lot of people want in an exchange, just to hold on there and gain more of their token without having to go through the whole staking pool and stuff like that. But I assume with tokenomics and cryptonomics, it's only going to be based on volume. So if the volume is low and you can't get a lot of people on the exchange because there's a lot of fear in the market, I don't think there's going to be a huge turnout for the exchange. So hopefully the market will turn around a little bit, and it'll turn back into the buying market, the bullish market. Then when they release it, if they have tokenomics and cryptonomics within the exchange, I think it will do very well. If they release it without that kind of stuff in this kind of market, I don't think it'll take off like they hope so. And I agree with you, Generation. There are some things they need to pan out before people could build their trust back into the project itself. But if they do release something, and this being that something, and it does work really well, and they do have all the things that people expect it to have, I think it'll do really well if the market turns around into a bullish market. All right, so now we're going to move.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Sorry. Can I just add something to that? Yeah, I just feel like we're at the point now where I just want SafeMoon to release something. And I'm not a when boy. I'm not a when Binance. I don't care about when, right? But it's a fact that we've been on the market for over a year. We have the wallet release, but the person who released that wallet is no longer with SafeMoon. So it's almost like SafeMoon does have a little bit to prove. And it's not that we aren't confident. It's not that we aren't long-term bullish. Is that a lot of things were said and nothing has really manifested as of yet. So just an environment where we really want to see something at this point. The exchange, I don't expect it to be perfect day one. I just want it to be available for trading purposes, and you can store your crypto on there. And I'm sure they're going to roll out updates over time as they did with the SafeMoon wallet. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be the most prettiest UI or overlay. It just needs to be available, functional. People can use it. Very minimal bugs. And like Atlas said before, I'm sure they're going to have issues with crashing. Coinbase, as big as they are, every single time Bitcoin and Ethereum pumps, every single time, Coinbase crash for whatever reason. Volume, the amount of users, the amount of trading on the platform, it just can't handle those numbers. So we could expect something from SafeMoon, but obviously we just need to be patient with it being a new piece of software. So I'm just in the mindset of I just want something to happen, and hopefully that's sooner rather than later. Is it?
I'd like to ask, would you rather the exchange launch where it has the cryptonomics across the board with all of the tokens that we see that are part of the SafeMoon swap right now, or wait until they actually get the functionality support for Bitcoin? Because obviously Bitcoin's the big boy, but which would you rather have?
Right. So tokenomics is something that's currently going on, right? So, and I feel like right now tokenomic tokens aren't giving the best passive income when you're talking about what can I earn passive income from. I don't see a lot of people getting rich off tokenomic tokens. So the big thing would be to have like a blue chip coin with cryptonomics. And I think that's something they would really need to have to make them stand out when they release the exchange. Because I mean, to get that is the big draw, right? To get your Bitcoin on there and to get the Cryptonomics on it, right? To get your Ethereum, to get the Cryptonomics on it, because those Cryptonomics, they might help you pay for some of those ridiculous gas fees that you're paying on the Ethereum network. So if there's a lot of volume going on, the exchange would be successful if it had those things integrated into it. And I fear that if they don't have those, even though I like the design of the UI, so I don't know if you guys seen the photos that they released of the UI. It does look slick. I really like their new designs that they're laying out and stuff, but looks don't matter if it doesn't function like it should. So if they don't have the things that make it special, they're obviously going to get a lot of people from the army to go to it if they release it. But I think they really need that cryptonomic aspect when they release the exchange to get people to move off another exchange onto it and make it easy on and off with your onboarding and offboarding with your fiat currency. And if they do that, I think they might have something good. But if it's the process is hard, then they might have a little bit of trouble until they iron that out.
And I agree with you on that. They do have Chainlink, right? That is part of the SafeMoon swap. That is a blue chip. There's also Ethereum, which is a blue chip. But most notably, Bitcoin is the biggest crypto that's out there. The fact that it's still not part of the SafeMoon swap, I can only be led to assume it's because they haven't gotten the cross-chain swap functionality figured out yet. But would it be okay for them to launch an exchange without having Bitcoin as a support inside of that exchange?
That's a great question. I don't know. What do you think, Generation? Do you think it would be okay to release it without Bitcoin support?
I think that it would be... the reality of the exchange is the biggest thing that matters, in my opinion, out of anything is volume, right? I think if there is a ton of volume on the exchange, people will trade whatever coins they're going to trade if they're going to make money. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. People are there to make money. So if there's, millions or potentially billions of dollars in volume on a daily basis through all the different coins they offer, and you're able to gain a lot from the cryptonomic structure, I don't think it quite matters what coins or tokens are on there, because people are going to want to be on there to make money regardless of what token or coin it is. Obviously, coins like Bitcoin being the biggest and the most notable and the original obviously are going to help get you those volume numbers, because people are going to most likely want to trade in Bitcoin, as that's the most well-known cryptocurrency on market. So I think that helps you get to that number. But regardless of if there is Bitcoin or if there's not, if they do not get high levels of volume, the Cryptonomics is completely useless. And then you're basically paying high fees to get your tokens or coins into an exchange that's going to take you potentially months or years to even make back the money that you paid to put it in, and then let alone try to get out of it again. So the volume is going to be the very big key factor there. That's why I mentioned before, they're on kind of an uphill battle right now, because, Mandala Exchange, although I know it's not listed in the United States and other places, but having, $17 or $250 in daily volume, that's abysmal. That's one trade in volume, or and it's so people make bigger trades than on a daily basis, and like in shit coins, right? So it's concerning to see those levels of daily volume on an exchange like that. So hopefully that doesn't continue to be an issue in the future. Otherwise, the entire cryptonomic kind of model falls apart and collapses in on itself.
Yeah, I have a quick question. Do you guys know if they actually charge the 10% tax on their exchange?
That's one of so people said that the exchange would. Are you talking about the DEX right now, or the centralized exchange?
The centralized exchange.
So the idea from what I heard originally is that there was going to be a 5% and a 5% out, 5% in and a 5% out, but no one really knows. Other people have already told me that it's based on the exchange's fees. So like when you're in Coinbase and you're doing buying and selling and stuff on Coinbase, you have to pay a Coinbase fee, right? They're saying that a percentage of the Coinbase fee will go into doing the cryptonomics for the tokens that you're holding in the SafeMoon exchange. I'm not sure. No one really knows right now how the dynamics of it are going to work. But I believe a fee, if someone's trying to move over $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, they're immediately losing $10,000 or $5,000 right off the bat. Who knows how long that'll take to make that back up? That might be a little too steep for people to ape into the exchange with all their Bitcoin. So that's just my thought on the whole thing. But now let's move on, because we have a lot of different topics to go over. We're going to go over this. I know you guys are super excited about the SafeMoon Space Capsule merch box #1. And my question to you, just easily, it's an amazing low price of $250 with around $100 shipping, but I heard they brought that down to $59 shipping internationally. Are you buying it? So first, we're going to go to Crypto Atlas. Are you buying the SafeMoon Space Capsule merch box number 1?
No, I'm not. I mean, just very simply, I'm not. It's way too much money for me, especially given the circumstances of where we are in the market right now. My whole portfolio is down. It's not just SafeMoon. It's Bitcoin. It's every crypto project. I'm at a point right now where if I'm wanting to spend money on something, no offense to the SafeMoon team, but I would rather spend it on an investment. So either buying more SafeMoon or buying Bitcoin or buying something like that, because this is the time when you buy those things. I think the timing that they have with this is really just kind of odd. I understand that they're trying to make a package deal, and this is just kind of the first step of everything. But I think most people are going to want to go in and buy an independent piece, just the hat or just the stickers. And I know those things will come, but them kind of saying like, hey guys, guess what? We haven't been doing merch for several months. Now we're doing it again. But the only option you have is this really overpriced package of this thing. Well, when I say overpriced, I mean, because of how much it costs for everything together. If you really break down how many different independent items that are in there, you're like, okay, I can kind of understand the price a little bit better now. But you mentioned it, you still got to pay a ton in shipping. And it's a big, big no for me.
Yeah, I think that is spot on. I actually did a poll on Twitter. I almost have 1,000 people or 2,000 people that responded to it. And 88% of people said they will not be buying it. It's too expensive. They would rather put the money in SafeMoon itself than spend it on the merchandise itself. There is some pretty cool merchandise in the box. I already think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you, Moon Boy, are you buying the merch box?
The merch box is stupid.
Okay.
Why would I? Oh, so I want to support SafeMoon, but I want to support it in an environment where it completes its roadmap. This merch box is a really cool addition to a project that has its foundation built. SafeMoon doesn't have its foundation yet. Maybe you can call the community its foundation, which that's a very good point as well. But why am I going to invest into a merch box? I already invested quite a bit of money. I trade SafeMoon. People know that I sell my bags, buy my bags. That big pump we had last week, bought that bottom, sold that top. I do a lot of that. So you're getting a lot of my 10% in and out. You're getting my reflections. That's going back into LP. That's going back into other holders' pockets. And I'm getting whatever I get when it comes to the difference of price. But I'm just in an environment where, like I said before, I want SafeMoon to release something that is worthy when it comes to utility, when it comes to functionality, when it comes to a project or a product like the wallet that I can use, that I can store my crypto, trade my crypto, that I can be more excited about. Merch, it doesn't get me out of bed. It's something anyone can do. And I get that it's SafeMoon specific merch, but I have a SafeMoon shirt. Tim has a SafeMoon hoodie. I have SafeMoon merch right now. I went on Amazon, not promoting anything. I just typed in SafeMoon. I bought a couple shirts. I bought a hat. I have merch right now. It cost me $30 for like 2 shirts. I have merch. I am not interested at all in the merch, and it doesn't do anything for me. It's just, I don't care for it. But it's there. It's supported if you want to. I'm not waiting for the merch. I'm waiting for the exchange of blockchain. That's me.
Yeah, I will answer because I already know what Generation Crypto's answer is. He will not admit it, but he has already purchased it. So everyone knows he's going to say no, he won't buy it. No, he didn't buy it. I know secretly he purchased 5 of them, one for each of his family members and everything. So he's super excited about that merch box. Yeah, I think it's a little overpriced myself. Although I did buy this. This is actually one of the original hoodies from when you had to buy them over in the UK. And I paid I think it was $80 in Euro. I hope my wife's not listening, or you're just going to see a remote come flying at my face. And it ended up costing me like $100 overall.
Oh,
with
wow.
all this. Yeah. So it cost a lot. But that was way early on. I'm talking May, like when they first released the merch. I was super excited by it. So I was like, if anything ever comes out, I might just get a hat because I like hats. But when I saw the whole box itself, it's like, well, I can already have the hoodie. I don't think I'm going to dive into that yet.
You're going to wear a hat to cover up your wig?
Yeah, my wig. You like that?
No, don't cover it up, man. It looks good.
Yeah.
So, sorry, good question. So does the sale of these boxes, does it help at all with liquidity, reflection?
I was just about to ask this. I was
Yeah.
waiting for the right time. I was like, how much of this sale is going to just
Yeah.
them as a company? Is any of it going to be used to buy back or any of the stuff you're talking about?
I have
Exactly.
not heard that any of it's going into the ecosystem for anything
So
whatsoever.
they're pocketing all this money. Is that what they're doing?
Well, I mean, some people were saying that they're making out about $100 a box. Who really knows? It's all eco-friendly products, so it might cost a little bit more. Who knows? I know. Well, let's just move on to the next topic because I already answered it for you, Generation. You were buying, and I already know.
You don't want me to talk on this subject.
All right, well, now we're going over to the SafeMoon 32 LP buyback and your thoughts on the whole process of them taking the BNB from V1 and buying into V2. They bought a whole ton of tokens. I talked to John. I said, hey, John, you going to burn those tokens? And he said, no, I'm not going to burn those tokens. We're going to take them. We might use them for something in the future. I just want to get your thoughts on that. Generation, I'm going to let you take this because I didn't let you answer the merch box question. What is your thought on the whole SafeMoon? I mean, tell me about that experience when you saw all those 32 BNB buys and you saw the 332,033, all those 32s going on Dex Screener. Tell me all about that.
I was going to say, as I recall, I think me and you were there both watching it together as
we were on the phone. Yeah. I had made a nice buy-in and I was like, come on, keep going. I'm going to sell some. Just, you know what I mean? You got to, I had to run it.
And you did well on that too.
I did.
Yeah. So obviously, people may have noticed because of my lack of content recently, and we're kind of getting into the nitty gritty here. There's been a lot going on with SafeMoon I just don't condone anymore. And this is one of those things, right? So you've got a buyback from the V1 LP. They're now keeping those tokens. They have a terrible track record with the V1 to V2 migration, with the other things that are still in question that have yet to be addressed. Now you've got even more tokens being held by a company that they basically got rid of unpaired and now keep a large sum of V2 tokens that they don't really have an answer for as to what it's going to exactly go towards. They mentioned it's not going to be burned. They have other things that they would like to do with it, but no exact answers as what that's going to be used for. So you've got even more funds that are now set aside by a company that already has, for lack of better terms, or to put it as nicely as I can, a very shady past that has yet to be addressed.
Tim, can you launch Generation? He's flooding right now. Launch him.
Oh, you're launched.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Yeah,
all right, I'm sorry. Generation, we launched you. You're gone.
Yes.
He's out of here. You futter.
Nonsense. Futter.
All right. Let's go to Crypto Atlas. I didn't actually even talk to you about this whole thing. I didn't know anything. I didn't know if you bought into it and you try to ride the wave a little bit. What was your thoughts on the whole SafeMoon 32 LP buyback and the fact that they're keeping the tokens and they're not burning them? What's your thoughts on this?
I did not buy in more, but I also haven't sold anything still up to this point. I've just been riding the wave with everything. And, you guys know it's been pretty frustrating for me because of how much I've pulled down in my value over time. But I think it's an incredible thing what they're doing. The fact that there's only 1/3 of this that's actually been moved over, another 2/3 that can be sent over. And the question is kind of like, when is that going to be taking place? So we saw how significant of a price increase it was that took place during that first 1/3. We are at a point right now where the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is at basically historic lows. It's extreme fear that's going on. We're seeing with SafeMoon volume, we were just talking about this a little bit ago. $1 exchange is an example. That $17, roughly around $350. But in my video, I actually broke it down and looked at the decentralized exchanges as well. It wasn't just $1 exchange. Just overall, the volume wasn't even $500,000 over the 24-hour time span. So we're talking about the fact that so many people are so fearful that you reach a critical point and then you have a reversal. And things start to enter into a bull run, right? People start getting more confidence. They want to ride those waves. People start doing tons of leverage and people are just popping off, making lots of money. People are more bullish on their news and what they're talking about. People are celebrating other people. They FOMO in because they don't want to miss out on these things too. So we still have 2/3 of this that can help ride that wave. And in addition to it, just like what John Crony, the CEO, is saying, every day that passes by is one day closer to the SafeMoon exchange. That same statement can be said for any of the other things that SafeMoon's working on. whether it be stuff with Operation Phoenix, if that stuff does pan out to any regard, or if it's with the cross-chain swap, or if it's with swap and evolve, if it's with the hard wallet, if they end up doing that at some point. You know, there's so many things that is still a possibility, whether it be completely scrapped, started over again, etc. But every day that passes by is one step closer that's to those things. So seeing this take place, how dramatic it was, there was also a huge sell-off that took place afterwards, right? Rode up and then it essentially pulled right back down. That should be expected. And I think that when this happens again, the chances of it having as significant of a pullback is very minimal if it's an unexpected thing, right? If they give everyone a heads up that they're getting ready to do this again, then of course, people are going to be trying to time the market. People are going to be like, I'm going to get in, I'm going to get out at this top. Like, people are going to play that game. But if they just do it out of the blue, nobody knows. Maybe it's 2 o'clock in the morning for us, right? You're asleep. You didn't know it was going to happen. You wake up and it's like, well, if people did try to time the market, it's because they're always staring at the price all the time. And so that's part of the name of the game with all this stuff too. I think there's a lot of possibility that the next time this happens, we'll see less of a pullback, less people selling off, because right now you got some people, they're just trying to break even, or they have a certain goal in mind. They're saying, hey, if it hits this, then I'm out, because they're frustrated for XYZ reasons. CoffeeZilla's video, the court case stuff, the lack of deliveries, right? Those are just 3 different examples. But the people that are still in, the people like myself who still haven't sold anything, you got a nice little pump going up. It pulls back and it's now at a higher point than where it was for the last time it pulled back. You start to say, all right, we still got another third left to go. Plus what happens when you have all those deliveries and everything else.
Yeah, one of the things that I think what a lot of people are saying is that there's another third, did you say? Or 2/3?
2/3 are left.
Yeah, so you got to understand that they did say, and who knows if they're going to do this, that out of that amount that they have left, they said they were going to reimburse people that got burned when they were doing the V1 to V2 migration. Now, that was something that Ryan said before he left. I think John did address it. They weren't exactly sure how they were going to do that, but that is something they said they were planning on doing. So there is probably about $6 million of that's going to go back to the people who lost it when they were trying to do the transfer over from V1 to V2. So I don't really think there is another 2/3 that they're going to use to buy back, because I think they're going to have to save that to make right on the people that lost their bags when they are moving over from V1 to V2. So I think based on the amount that they have left, I don't know exactly how much they have left. But I would say that there's probably only like a third left for that to happen, because I did hear that from a lot of people. Oh, there's still 2/3, there's still 2/3, but no one was talking about the V1 people who lost their bags. And SafeMoon has to make them whole again. So let's get out of here, Kat. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Now, do you want to answer this, Moon Boy, or should we go on to the next one? Because I know we beat the hell out of that. But if you want to go on it and say your thoughts on it, feel free. Do you want to talk about? Get down, Kat.
Just a question.
How
did they access the liquidity? Isn't V1 supposed to be locked?
I heard it was. I don't know how they.
How did they get the BNB out of there to even do this?
You tickle it from underneath like this, and the BNB falls out. Damn it, Kat. I apologize for the feline.
So the only thing I have to add is that instead of buying SafeMoon on the open market and doing I get the 32 as a meme, why not just inject that directly back into the liquidity pool to offset volatility? I get it, like you want to make the price go up, but the liquidity is not going up with the price action, which means people's bag value will increase, which means when they dump, it's going to have an even bigger effect on the charts. So I get it. Price action is great, but why not support the liquidity pool more than what it is right now? What do we have? $6 million in liquidity? If everyone tries to sell, not everyone can get their money. So I just rather them support the project more by beefing that liquidity up a little bit, which is going to help volatility overall, and it's going to give more value to the project. But that's all I have to add.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, here is the final SafeMoon thing. Who will moon first, SafeMoon or Luna? And I don't know if you guys been riding the Luna train, right? And became little lunatics. A lot of people have seen the crash of Luna, which is tragic for the people that had large amounts of holding in it. But for the giant crash, a lot of people were taking advantage of the very low price of Luna itself and were just aping into the project when it was super low, like a millionth or quadrillionth of a penny. So who do you think will moon first? And I'm going to go with you, Moon Boy. Do you think SafeMoon's going to moon before Luna, or is Luna just going to take off?
Luna to the moon. Let's go.
Luna,
So
you think Luna?
Hey, Luna's kind of wild, right? Because so they were originally going to burn tokens. They're not going to do that. They're going to actually fork the blockchain. Forking the blockchain and calling the current Luna token Terra Classic, kind of like Ethereum Classic. And now we're going to have the new Luna token, kind of what the new Ethereum is. And they're just going to continue the project without the UST stable coin. They might bring another stable coin that's actually pegged one-to-one with actual dollars in the bank. I'm not sure. But there might be a play there to make. I'm not telling people what to do, but let's say if Luna does run back up to its $119 all-time high again, and this thing, the new fork project launched in the market at what, $5? Previously, I think the circulating supply for Luna was 280 million. So I guess maybe $10 because they have to start at about 1.5 billion in market cap. That might be an interesting play to make. Buy Luna now. It runs back up to over $100. You caught it at $5 on launch of the new fork project. Thus, you're sitting large. That might be a play. I'm not saying to do that. I'm going to pick up a little bag when I do see it dropping. But yeah, I like to diversify. I think Luna is interesting because it got a lot of attention. My dad, who doesn't know anything about crypto, he's never invested in his life. He asked me about Luna because he saw it on the news. Hey, son, aren't you into that crypto thing? Didn't you lose money last year? I heard something about Luna. What's going on there? He asked me about crypto. I'm like, how did you hear about Luna? If my dad's hearing about it, it is popular. So I think there's some hype there when this blockchain launches, and I want to ride that hype if there's any interesting price action out of it. So Luna, short term, I think there might be money, not financial advice.
All right. Wow, that was a great answer. How about you, Crypto Atlas? Who do you think is going to moon first, SafeMoon or Luna?
I'm leaning more towards Luna right now. A lot of the focus in the community spaces and in the news is on Luna, unless SafeMoon does do some sort of delivery in the near future, which I don't think that's going to be taking place. The exchange still sounds like it's probably several months away. The little things like the cross-chain, the swap and evolve, those are nice touch-ups, don't get me wrong, but nothing is as big of a statement as saying like, hey, we're an exchange. We're going to compete with Binance. We're going to compete with crypto.com. Like those are the kinds of statements that really stands out, right? So with Luna, everyone's trying to look at the situation and say, well, what are they going to do to try and remedy the situation? Are they going to do some massive token buyback, sell off, staking? Like what exactly can they do, if anything, that could dramatically increase the price? From its low point up until the other day when it started to make a significant rise, it went up about 40,000%. So as much as it sucks for people like Binance, I mean, I don't feel as bad because they're an exchange, but Binance lost, I think it was $1.6 billion and went down to $3,000 of their holdings in Luna. Think about that. All in the course of just a short time span. But at the same time, as many people that lost out a lot on that project, the exact same project, and this is like the first time that we've ever seen this, where project basically went down to zero and then rebounded back up and had such a high percentage increase. People that got into the very bottom that said, hey, I'm still going to take a risk on this project, just whatever, 40,000% increase. There's so much value potential from there with where its price is that realistically, I think the biggest thing that's holding it back from trying to make these exponential increases is the amount of tokens in the supply. And with the whole debacle that happened, if they can find a remedy solution that essentially collapses that down a ton, then the whole feasibility of each token having more value is definitely in play there. So there's all these different conversations, what they're trying to look to do and this and that. If they can get something in the near future, we could see another 40,000% plus increase, which would be absolutely incredible if they can figure it out. But if 2 to 3 weeks goes by, people are already going to have forgotten about Luna at that point in time. They're going to be looking at other projects. And then it's just kind of like, well, if it happens, it happens.
How about you, Generation Crypto? Do you think which one do you think is going to moon first, SafeMoon or Luna?
So sorry, there's an argument right now in the comment section. I just got to address it. Guys, If you want to support Atlas, support Atlas. You don't have to argue with him if you don't want to buy his NFTs, right? He's an artist. He's offering a service, just like other crypto projects. They have their NFTs. What the value is what the value is, but nobody has to buy anything, all right? You don't have to buy a shirt, a hoodie, an NFT, a cup of coffee. You buy these products and services to either support the company, support the individual, or just because you want to consume it. No one's forcing you. It's not like he has your seed phrase and say, I'm going to spend your SafeMoon for you to buy my NFT. It is an option. And people have bought his NFTs and no one has complained. I've never heard of anyone complaining who bought Atlas's NFTs. Have you seen them? They're actually pretty cool. Whether you think they're going to 1000x or whatever else, it's irrelevant to if you want to support him. Someone in the comments said, what if I buy your NFT in that 1.2 million of SafeMoon moons? You scam me. How is that a scam? You buy a cup of coffee with your SafeMoon. Your SafeMoon is now higher value. Did the Starbucks company scam you because you bought your coffee at a lower point of what SafeMoon's valued at? You guys are ridiculous. Stupid, okay? We are privileged to have the option and freedom to do what we want and put our money where we want to put it and spend it on what we want to spend it on. That's freedom. Enjoy that. As you have your freedom, other people have the same freedom to support Atlas. I support him. We all support him. Absolutely. And his viewers support him. Support him via his Patreon. Support him via his membership. Have you seen his Patreon? He has supporters who enjoy what he does, and he offers a very good service with his content and coverage. If you people don't want to buy the NFTs, you don't have to buy the NFTs, okay? I see you in the comments being very dumb and stupid, and it's annoying. And it's like, it's you are not forced to buy. What are you arguing about? So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
I wanted to say real quick, first off, thank you very much for defending me. A lot of times I feel like I'm kind of left on my own, to be honest with this stuff. I'm proud of my art. I am an artist. I'm not just a YouTuber. I make manga. I've made music before. I did a music video. Like, I also do digital art. And I'm still doing content on YouTube. I'm still growing. And I have a project I've been working on the back end that I should hopefully, if everything pans out right, I should finally be able to make the announcement on this on Friday. I didn't even tell you guys about this yet, but I've been having the conversations the back end. With the reference to the coffee, the only difference that's there, I would say, you drink a cup of coffee and it's gone. You buy one of my NFTs. Let's say you buy the latest one I have, which is 1 million SafeMoon. 1 million SafeMoon is what, like $450 right now? One of my last pieces that sold for like $1,400 at current market value during that time. In SafeMoon, somebody was willing to buy it then. So people saying that my stuff is overvalued and stuff, this newest piece, which is worth more SafeMoon than what the last piece sold for, is worth less than dollars right now. And you have resale value. I don't think these people really understand how NFTs even work. You buy my NFT, you can resell it. How much was it bought for initially? That's part of the blockchain. That's what people do, is they buy art and they resell it oftentimes. So as I continue to grow, you can see that I haven't quit my YouTube channel. I haven't stopped making art. I haven't stopped doing these other things. It's up to the value of the independent person, what they see that value is, right? If they buy it for 1 million SafeMoon, SafeMoon goes back up. Hey, great. Maybe you sell it for 1 million SafeMoon. Maybe you sell it for 500,000 SafeMoon. But in dollar value, how much did you spend in SafeMoon at that time? $450? If SafeMoon went 3x times right now, do you think that you really need to sell my same NFT if you wanted to for 1 million SafeMoon? Maybe you sell it for half that, for 500,000 SafeMoon. But now you made more in dollar value than what you had before, right? So it's all dictated on market demand. I didn't have to sell it for SafeMoon. And I appreciate you defending me on this, but it's just so ridiculous that people think that as art, it has to have a use case. It's an NFT. There are NFTs that have use cases, and you should be finding out more information hopefully soon when I can make my announcements on this other stuff. But like, give me a break.
And Carlos I'll give you a break. Carlos is over here talking about how, it's overpriced or whatever. It sounds like you don't have a big bag of SafeMoon, my boy. So maybe you should look at your own investing and focus on your own bags. People talk about I like to just do videos for clicks. Of course I do. I'm a YouTuber. I want views. Look at my channel. I'm doing nothing but Luna videos because of all the hype. Obviously, I want clicks. I'm a YouTuber. Why would I be doing YouTube? You think I just want 50 views on my videos? Of course, it's for clicks. You want 50 views? Well, I'll give
I
you
want
50
I want
views.
50 plus views. I mean, let's keep going. Oh, if you're here and you didn't smash that like button, smash it. It's all for the healthy algorithm of YouTube. While we're talking about videos and clicks, but yeah, guys, we're all YouTubers. We all tried our best to give you the best content we can, to keep you entertained, to give you something to watch. And in all honesty, we don't get paid a lot doing our videos, so most of us still have to hold down jobs. So please support us when you can. And if you don't want to click on our videos because you think they're clickbait or whatever, don't click on them.
I'm
Sorry,
not
sorry that pulled
sorry
away
for-
from the stream.
Yeah, I was just going to
Tim.
say sorry for all that. Sorry that I turned into an Anna Bergman right there. I just, I see people ripping the Atlas in the chat. I'm like, you guys are stupid. Very horrible argument. If you want to argue, why don't you join us on a stream one day? I'll invite you on my channel if you want to debate. Who's this, Carlos? I'll bring you on board. We can talk.
Okay, Carlos, enough being a little stinker. Okay, we're going to move on. I was going to ask you this question, Generation, but we don't have a lot of time. So we're going to go on to the warning it's not SafeMoon related topic. And we have a new section of the show. It's called Buy It or Deny It. And the first one is Stronger Token at $14.11 right now. Are you going to be buying this, or would you recommend someone buy this? I just want to go around the tape, around the horn here. I would say $14.11 for a Stronger Token. I do think the project in the future is going to be very strong. $14.11. I think it might go lower. So I think you should hold off for just a little bit longer. How about you, Generation Crypto?
So for starters, the style of my channel, I do not ever offer financial advice or say whether to buy or sell.
Oh yeah, this is not
price.
financial advice. Hold on, let me put that up there. None of this is financial advice.
Yeah. So with that being said, so I'm not going to comment on whether buy or sell, just because I have a strong and strict standard on my channel to never say either direction on anything. However, talking about kind of where strong is, where it's been, I think personally, I'm pretty disappointed where the price action is now, but I do believe in the overall vision that Strong is trying to produce with their blockchain and the future utility that blockchain will provide as far as making a blockchain as a service to other blockchains. So I think that they have a lot of kind of future value in what they're trying to achieve. But I agree, the price action is pretty negative right now. And I can understand why there has been a lot of concern with that price action, especially because if you're trying to build nodes right now, that cost to be able to maintain those nodes is getting dangerously close to the point where it's no longer even profitable. So there is that kind of, I guess, short-term concern for a lot of people right now. But I do believe that if they're able to achieve what they want to on chain, that in the long term, I think it could potentially become a great project. But I wouldn't say either direction on whether it's a good time to buy or not. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions.
All right. The next non-financial advice question to Crypto Atlas is drip at 1581. Buy it or deny it. Not financial advice, but what do you think? Do you think it's going to hold its value? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Just your thoughts. Buy it or deny it. Not financial advice.
Yeah, not financial advice, but you know what's funny, Tim, is it's not $15.81 right now. It's $19.70.
Oh, we'll see that. It just went up almost $4.
It went up almost $4 since whenever you prepared this for
which was at 8 o'clock. So
yeah. So I think that kind of makes a statement on its own without me having to say too much. But I think that to just elaborate a little bit more on it, Forex Shark is doing lots of AMAs, lots of different channels. This is an opportunity where different people can ask various questions or some of the same questions. But audience, there's lots of avenues of information that's out there, and people that have concerns, etc., they can express themselves. They can raise these things up. Many of these things have already been addressed. So the biggest question is, what are they trying to do to be leading forward, to be innovative, to create more use case, to cause more demand, those kinds of things. And the lending system that's being discussed, the peer-to-peer essentially lending system, is going to be an absolutely incredible game changer. And that is going to be used against people's drip inside of their faucet, right? So when you look at that, there's an opportunity that is coming up in the near future. It sounds like that is something just by that in itself that would come out before the end of the year that essentially takes off the selling pressure for people that would say, I would normally go sell my drip so that I have the funds to go do these other things. They don't have to do that at that point in time. So if you take away selling pressure and you create lots of avenues to do that, what do you think happens with supply and demand, right? What do you think happens with the price itself? More users are more likely to come in. So you got more demand in that regard. The price starts to go up because there's less selling pressure. More people FOMO in because of the other aspects, the other partnerships that they're developing. I mean, $19.70 today or $15.81 earlier
8 o'clock.
today.
Yeah, it went up quite a
Earlier
bit.
today,
Yeah.
it was $191 earlier this year. Forex Shark has talked about it, saying that, you know, projections by the end of the year in the thousands based on market analysis research. You look at comparative companies and projects of what they're doing, and then you look at what Drip's model is and what they've adjusted in that system. You hear Forex Shark talk. He's a very analytical individual. He's very intelligent with this. So the buying price, this is significantly lower than many of the other price points that we've had earlier in the year. So if anybody is not already in Drip or wanted to add to their position, what do you guys think? Does it sound like a good buying opportunity? People are looking for projects that have been around a little bit longer on top of everything else, right? You try and get on one of these new things, you're thinking, oh, it's already gone down to near zero. Should I be buying that dip, or should I be buying the blue chips? Or should a lot of people shift their focus to those? This project has been out over a year now. So the idea of it sustaining for another year or 2 years is higher than another project that launched 2 months ago that's already pulled back as much percentage-wise as what Drip has done, or more, right? So where do you put your money when you want to buy those dips before they go up? This is one of those projects that has my attention every single day.
Tim, launch this fodder. He's talking about Drips, a Ponzi. Get him out of here.
Oh, you son of a.
Launch it.
Hey,
Get him out of here.
SafeMoon Joe's here. What's
Yeah, what's
going on, buddy?
everybody? How's it going?
Man.
It's going good. You missed the whole beginning show where we talked about SafeMoon, and SafeMoon Joe wasn't even here. So
Yeah, like an hour.
yeah, we spent a good hour on it.
Good time, boys.
So this is our non-financial advice, buy it or deny it section. You think it's going to go higher or lower? And I'm just going to throw this at you, Moon Boy, and then I'm going to go to Joe. Seifu at 48.49 right now. Do you think it's going to go lower? Do you think it's going to stay around this price? Are you invested in it? I mean, you don't even have to tell me if you don't want to, but what do you think about Seifu?
So I was invested into Seifu, and I dumped right before the CoffeeZilla video because I like to protect my capital to buy back in lower to increase my bag size. People have a problem with this. This is smart trading, right? Why would I hold my bag knowing it's going to drop? I knew the CoffeeZilla was going to drop it. I knew it was going to drop, buy back lower, triple my position, right? Now, I did not buy back in. So I'm not going to talk bad about Seifu or any project. I just don't see the utility right now. Right now, you are incentivized to hold based off of the rebases, and you are earning 383,000% APY for the first year. After the first year, it will drop. As of right now, there's no external money coming in. It's just new buyers coming in and people who are selling other protocol that's going to contribute more to their tax. And hey, that's 99% of DeFi. I'm not knocking Seifu. 99% of DeFi is ran on Ponzi-nomics. Most likely, you are in a project that has this very same Ponzi-nomic type structure to where it needs new money. It doesn't have any services provided yet. It doesn't have any new capital coming from, let's say, other types of funding. It's just more holders, more users, people buying the dip. So I can only look at Seifu and look at the price action of similar tokens like Titano and see what's happened to Titano over the past 7 months now, because it's been out for about 7-8 months. Titano is at 1 cent. All-time high was at 27 cents, and it's just dropping and dropping and dropping because people have earned so many of those rebases. They've earned so much of the token that they can now take profits and earn a little bit, and the sell pressure is higher than the buy pressure. And there's nothing else Titano can do currently that's helping with that. They just launched a swap. It's a very nice swap. They do have a play to earn game in the works. I know Seifu does have things in the works as well. Their blockchain airline service, they have a couple things that will be coming that's going to most likely help that. But when we talk about right now, I see more downwards action for Seifu. So I think $28, not financial advice, but I think it's a good price point. Will it go down lower? I think it will. And that's my opinion.
Good. Yeah. I mean, this is all just opinion, guys. It's not financial advice. I want to throw this out there again, but it is a cool thing to talk about because I don't think a lot of people just talk about what if they think the price is going to go lower or higher because they're scared. But let's not be scared tonight. And SafeMoon Joe's not going to be scared to tell me if he is buying Bitcoin at $30,000 or if he thinks it's going to keep going. Is you going to think it's going to drop even more? Or do you think it's a good buy right now at $30,000? And by the way, not financial advice, but do you think it's a good buy at 30,000?
So I think Bitcoin's always a good buy. It's always a safe buy. As far as crypto, if you believe anything in crypto, Bitcoin's always a good buy. As far as that, I don't own any Bitcoin. I'm not looking to buy any Bitcoin. I think it's great. But I think those that really made that life-changing money got in Bitcoin forever ago. If you buy it now, let's say it hits $150,000 and you buy like $100 in, you'll make like $500. But let's be honest, $500 is nothing compared to the person who owns multiple Bitcoins is going to make more money. So that's why I'm personally not into it. It's more of a safer bet, which is good. But I like high risk, high reward, and that high reward is life-changing money. So that's what I like more excited about. That's what I care about. So that's what I'm going to get involved in, basically.
All right. So everyone likes the blue chip, not financial advice on that section. But yeah, that was a really quick section of buy it or deny it. It was a new section that I just made. But my next question to the panel is, when will the crypto market turn bullish? Do you guys think it's going to turn bullish this summer? A lot of people have been saying that they think it's going to start exploding this summer. Some people told me it's going to happen in December. Some people told me it's not going to happen for a couple of years. I just want to get your opinion on when you guys think the market is going to turn around and things are going to lift off again. Since you weren't around before, SafeMoon Joe, I'm going to give you this question and we'll just go around the circle.
The craziest thing about the market is how wild it is. It could turn green and go good tomorrow. It could be red for months and we have zero idea. I mean, obviously there's multiple factors. There's that silly little war happening right now, which I mean, we all want it to end either way. I just want it to end, hopefully better than obviously before. And there's obviously the economy with our president who he's just so stupid. Okay, our president, there's that. There's so many things, but ultimately, I think with the crypto market as it stands for itself, the minute it does go into that green market, it's going to be aggressive into the green market. Just like right now in the red, it's aggressive into the red market. So just the worse we see things, I think when it flips back around, the better it will be. And the question is, who is still around when that happens? It's easier to sell right now, and you know your investment, you put $1,000, take $100 on, use that for whatever. That's fine, but like I do think that there's better merit in holding. I think there's better merit in holding a project you believe in, and even more so holding until when we have the green market. It might not come today, it might not come tomorrow, but inevitably when it does come, I do think that's like really important. So yeah.
Awesome. Generation Crypto, when will the crypto market turn bullish? Just your opinion. Obviously, we cannot predict the future. If we could, we'd all be millionaires and we wouldn't be here on YouTube. We'd be in the Cayman Islands with Moonboy, with ladies fanning us off with giant leaves. But unfortunately, we're all in our separate homes right now, talking on YouTube. But if you could predict the future, what would be your opinion on when the crypto market will turn bullish?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, if I could predict that, I'd be rich, right? But going off of just my speculation on that, I personally, and this might upset a lot of people, but I don't see a lot of catalysts in the short term right now. Like we talked about, there's the crisis going on with the wars that are going on in Eastern Europe. We also have the fact that the economy in the United States is looking to become even worse as we move into the fall. There's talks of basically food shortages as a result of the war that we've had, and the fact that fertilizer was more expensive during the planting season. Therefore, farmers were either having to spend a lot more money to either plant the same amount or were planting less to accommodate for those increases in prices, as fertilizer was up over 400% during that time frame. So we've got a lot of things that are going to start impacting the markets as we move into the fall, and especially as we move into the winter. So on top of the kind of economic crisis, the massive inflation, the war that's going on, there's a lot of fear that's going on just in general when it comes to economics. And it's not specific to cryptocurrency, but cryptocurrency definitely gets impacted by those kind of outlooks. So I don't see any signs as of right now for anything to turn bullish right now in the short term. So the thing I could see that's, I guess, closest in the future that seems to be an indicator for a bullish market would be the next halvening of Bitcoin, which typically tends to lead towards more of a bullish run. And that doesn't happen till 2024. So to me, that's the earliest sign of more of a traditionally big indicator of a bull market. But as for right now, I see no others that I'm aware of other markers that would lead towards a bullish run anytime between now and then, which is very unfortunate. But just because there's not a bull cycle going on right now does not mean that money can't be made or that moves can be made to set yourself up for basically maximizing your gains in the future with cryptocurrencies. That doesn't mean you got to walk away and that you're all done and that it all sucks, because a lot of the times what happens is during these bull runs, when people are DCAing, when they're accumulating, when they're making the right plays, when that cycle turns over, they're well positioned to benefit from that cycle rather than playing catch up as the rest of basically the people follow what the media says and then are trying to get in through FOMO.
Great answer. Crypto Atlas, do you think it's going to turn around soon, or do you think we're still in a bear market for a while? And yeah, let me just get your opinion on that one.
I think we're getting really close. And I think that within the next 2 weeks to a month and a half from now, we very well could see this really start to take off. I mean, you look at the price drop from $34,000 down to $30,000. You have critical levels where, from a psychological standpoint, people will start to get way more attention focused. $30,000, people are wondering, oh, if it goes below 30,000, is it just going to start mass selling all the way down to the next level where people think it could hit 26,000, 24, 22,000? You hear those kinds of numbers, right? People are always wondering where the bottom is. People also have money off on the side. Moonboy, I know you're a perfect example. You got stablecoin off on the side. You're waiting for that moment to make that big dive in, right? People are focusing a lot right now because, especially with Bitcoin, the fear and greed index, it shows that we're at very historic lows. As mentioned earlier, Bitcoin has closed out 7 weeks in a row in the red. How long is that going to happen until somebody says, what are the odds? What is more probable that it's going to have another week? It's going to be 8 weeks now. I mean, you go and you look at the Bitcoin charts. I don't know if there's actually ever been, since the inception of Bitcoin, 7 weeks consecutively in the row of red. Even if people are trying to make a little bit of profit, which, let's be real, when you got a market that's as bad as it is right now, people are looking for any avenue that they can to try and make a profit, even if that comes down to blue chips. They're just trying to make a gain. They're trying to make some sort of a profit. You see people like Meet Kevin, who's had times where he's talked about in his videos before, where he's like, hey, you see the things that are going down, but you don't got a lot of money to spend. Well, sometimes you just put a little bit of money in just so you can help dollar cost average a little bit, just so that you feel like you can get a little bit of that sense of winning. And so in the next 2 weeks, we could see a breakout from that 7-week downtrend of Bitcoin. And a lot of things typically follow. It's not always correlated, right? Bitcoin is a non-correlated asset when you look at things like the stock market, the S&P 500, you look at the oil industry. There are times where you can see some similarities in them, but it's not always one for one in those regards. Same thing with crypto. When you look at some of the projects that have massively dropped, Luna, for example, a lot of people started diving in, trying to buy up that bottom because there's just trying to find something right now that can give you something of a profit. Bitcoin starts to make a rally going back up. What do you think is going to happen to a lot of the altcoins? Ethereum is probably going to follow Bitcoin. And a lot of the projects follow Ethereum from the altcoin model. And a month and a half from now, we're going to be ending the second quarter, going into the third quarter. We very well could find out some other major institutions publicly disclosing how much of their holdings that they've acquired recently, especially during the last 6 months, of buying Bitcoin. And then why did Bitcoin drop from $34,000 down to $30,000? One of the major catalysts was because of the Luna Foundation. They had sold approximately 70,000 Bitcoin. And I saw comments on social media where people were like, wait. You're telling me that they sold off like 70,000 Bitcoin and it only dropped this amount? It only dropped like $4,000 on the price? Guys, like, how many companies, how many people out there have that much Bitcoin readily available to where they could cause a dramatic impact like that? You look at the statistics, most of the statistics are saying people are pulling their Bitcoin off of the centralized exchanges. They're sitting in reserves. The amount of wallets they're holding one Bitcoin independently is going up. So the amount of selling pressure from an individual entity that could just start crashing everything, the whale, and everyone starts to FOMO or FUD, essentially following those foot tracks, I should say, it's going down. The adoption, more people readily available sorry, I can't speak right now. They can readily be available to buy crypto in different countries. We see this going up as there's more exchanges, there's more decentralized avenues for that. More people are taking the risk of getting involved in crypto and they never did it before. So I would not be surprised if in the next 2 weeks to month and a half from now that we finally see this year starting to push back into that rally. That's my opinion.
Nice opinion. Moon Boy, how about you? What do you think is going to be soon, later, 5 years, 10 years, 5 weeks, 5 seconds? When is this thing going to take off again?
Right now.
So I think the next halving is going to be 710 days away, which is 2024. The next bull run, that's the next Bitcoin halving, which is going to be the beginning of 2024. So if you look at the historic charts of Bitcoin, crypto is always pumped when Bitcoin has its halving. First one was 2012, next one was 2016, next one was 2020. And every single time after the halving came a bull run. So historically, why would we pump in this environment? Now, there is a little outlier, which is Ethereum. So Ethereum is working on their Ethereum 2.0, which is delayed once again, scheduled for about July at this point. But people are anticipating an Ethereum bull run that's going to break away from the Bitcoin cycle because due to the hype of Ethereum 2.0, Ethereum being the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, and due to how Ethereum 2.0 is going to function. So with Ethereum 2.0, all the Ethereum gas fees, when we're MetaMask and we're trying to claim our strong tokens, we have to pay all the gas fee. With Ethereum 2.0, portions of that will now go directly towards burn, which makes Ethereum a deflationary token. And that's going to be a good hedge against inflation, which is eating away at our money and our savings. So I see a lot of people most likely putting their money in Ethereum now that when Ethereum 2.0 launches and it's a fully decentralized, a full asset as the inflationary is going to go up in value versus going down. I think it might be possible for it to break away from Bitcoin needing to pump because people are going to look at it as a good hedge against inflation. It's trusted. It's been in the market for almost a decade at this point. And when it comes to just, money, where you're going to put your money for the very long term, Ethereum is a very good use case. I know for Ethereum 2.0, they're talking about upwards of 10% APY, which 10% in the traditional banking market is incredibly high. So big money, billionaires, hedge funds, institutions, I think they'll be interested in what Ethereum has to offer once Ethereum 2.0 pops off. So if it does pop off this year, who knows? They keep delaying it every single time the launch date comes. But if they do launch, which I believe now is July of this year, then that could be the catalyst for an altcoin bull run without the need of Bitcoin having to do anything. I feel like since Ethereum has been pushed back so far, it's almost build up the hype, almost like the SafeMoon products in a sense. It's been pushed back so far. It's like, man, like everybody has anxiety for when something launches, right? Same thing with Ethereum 2.0. The anxiety is high, the hype is high, but people just want to see it on the market because with Ethereum 2.0 comes so many things that has been worked on for the better part of the last 3 years to push Ethereum further. So I feel like we can see a separate bull run if Ethereum can pull Ethereum 2.0 off. If not, I think 2024 is when we're going to have to wait for a traditional bull run where everything goes up following Bitcoin.
Wow. You guys are killing it with these answers, man. I hope everyone watching is taking notes to all this non-financial advice. All right, here is more non-financial advice, but it's your best passive income plays. What do you think is the best way, just in your opinion? It's not financial advice once again, but what do you feel is the best way to earn a passive income in this DeFi space? Is it reflectionary tokens, staking, nodes? What do you feel is the best way to actually earn in this current market? I'm going to go with Generation Crypto. We're going to start off with you with this question.
Thank you. I think you have to take the market conditions into consideration. So a lot of people will probably be upset with me when I say this, but reflectionary tokens are probably one of the worst passive income plays you can make in a bear market when there's low volume going on, just because there's low trading volume and your entire reflection-based model is dictated upon the volume that you're receiving. Whereas a lot of these other kind of models that are developed like staking or nodes don't necessarily require volume. They just basically just need you to not have massive sell pressure. Again, there's a lot of sell pressure in a red market. So I think that there's issues or rather concerns that come up with each one of these different models. At the end of the day, you need to find the specific projects that you believe are going to have long-term utility and value, and they're not just built upon, as Moonboy likes to point out, these kind of Ponzi-nomics or gamification where it's all reliant on you kind of putting back into the system, but there's going to be some utility in its future or currently in order to carry that through this cycle so it can survive into the next bull run. We've seen a lot of projects historically over crypto that have a great community. They've got support, but they never provide utility. The bear market eventually just destroys the project. They either run out of liquidity or the community eventually gives up on it and moves on to something else over time. So I know I gave a very long answer to that, but right now, as far as passive income plays that I'm involved in, personally, I'm really big on Giddy right now. They have a staking platform that is currently available. And of course, that is going to become more publicly available in the next couple of months when their full app launches. So if you get on that wait list, within the first 20,000 people, you're also going to get a free NFT. And the NFT will have perks in apps such as free gas fees when you're going ahead and staking in their platform. So if you want to help Tim out, he's got a QR code up there in the top corner. You can go ahead and use that to get on the wait list. Or if you feel generous and want to use mine, of course, you can go to my channel and use mine as well. But that's kind of where I stand as far as passive income plays for the future. And of course, I do enjoy Drip quite a bit. I think they've got a lot of utility, and that has been good for me this year. It's been my best play so far this year. Of course, like we said, not financial advice. I'm not telling them to buy or sell, just telling people to go out and do their own research on any project they talk about.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that Giddy shout out. Also, my link is in the description below. If you don't want to use the QR code, you can always click on that link. But guys, I guess the next one is SafeMoon Joe. What is your strategy for making income in this bloody market, if you will? What do you like? Do you like reflectionary tokens? Do you like staking? Do you like nodes? And my question to you is, are you making good money in this market, or are you just kind of like flying by?
No. Terrence is simply no. There's so many different ways to get involved, and obviously, finding out about tokens, especially like new tokens, is a cool way to get involved. You get in early, they have immediate pump, and then you can sell afterwards. A lot of people do that. But to be honest with you, the main thing is just to hold. That's what I've been doing. I just hold everything. I'll buy and hold, and then like mentioned before, like Drip's a great play. I think Drip's a great token to get it ready and set up for. Even now, when no one's caring about, no one's looking at it, I still think it's a great token to get involved in because of the whole system at play. SafeMoon looks pretty good. I'll be honest with you, even though I'm not crazy about the CEO and some of the things he said, I do think SafeMoon was pretty interesting. The question becomes if it's going to be long lasting or not. But when you buy into these, you ideally want them to be long lasting. And of course, Giddy looks really good as well. I was actually Giddy's on an exchange called BKEX. And I just found that out. I'm like looking into it right now, but I'm just learning it right now as we're talking right here. But Giddy's also a really interesting thing to get behind as well. So there's a lot of different plays and a lot of different tokens out there. And I think that the more diversified, get a decent bag in every one, focus on each one at a time, get a decent setup in each one, and then move on to the next one. I think that's like the smartest thing to do. Obviously, if they're on the red, you're not doing well value-wise, but it doesn't really matter if you're set up with them. So at time everything goes back into the market, the market goes into the green, the next bull run or what have you, you'll be set up nicely in each one of these. So let's say all of them fail except one. It doesn't matter, does it? Because if it does well, you're going to make value off that. So I think diversifying is definitely the best way to do it.
Wow, great answer. I'll go with my answer on this particular one, just because I really haven't been answering these. I've been letting you guys deliver all these amazing, awesome answers. My best passive income play in this market is to just stake USDC and make money on that. So if the market is going down, then that's fine. And if it starts going up, I could always unstake my USDC and then buy back in. So while I'm holding it, I'm making a small amount of money, and I just keep putting that back in. And that's how I'm making it through this market. I'm not making a ton of money, so I'm not rolling in it, obviously. But I think the safest way that I'm navigating through this is finding a staking project that I could stake USDC, earn some money on that, and then just keep recompounding that. So that's my best play in this market, not financial advice. Let's fly on over to Moonboy. What is your best way of your best passive income play in this market? Reflectionary token, staking, nodes. What are you feeling right now?
Yeah. So kind of what Generation said. When it comes to tokens that require volume, like the reflection tokens, they need volume. There's no volume in the red market. So those are essentially dead when it comes to earning money. They can perform very, very well, when you catch them low and volume goes to the tens of millions. But in this environment, no one is really pulling those kind of volumes. That's a reflection token. So reflection tokens aren't making anyone any money right now. Nodes sell pressure is incredibly high. So I follow a bunch of node people on Twitter, and I saw them about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I'm making 10K a week. I'm making 10K a day. Now that I'm not making anything. I'm making like $100. So that's also dead. I think staking is interesting because staking, you can stake a variety of different tokens, Cardano, Ethereum, Zilliqa. But the percent you earn, 5%, 6%, 14%, is not enough to cause a dent when it comes to earnings per day. So that also is not it. For me, what I like is liquidity farming, and I found that to be very, very well. I'm in the drip garden, which is pretty much what LP farming is. You contribute your tokens, you get LP tokens, drip BUSD paired LP tokens, which if you want to claim or compound, you can do either. I'm in the process of claiming those because I do want to claim them to put them into the animal farm to acquire pigs token, which I can either add back into the pig pen to earn more profit, or I can sell on the open market. But I'm doing a little bit of that. I do have some profit in Pancake Swap, and I'm doing a little bit of liquidity farming over there. And liquidity farming is very high risk, but when the price of everything is already tanked so much, there's not much sell pressure. Well, maybe Bitcoin goes down more, right? I don't know how low Bitcoin is going to go, but everything is pretty much on sale. So the Pancake token, which is at $6 per token, if it stays there, my value that I have paired up in my LP BUSD pool is going to stay pretty steady, right? Even if it does drop a little bit due to the Pancake volatility, I'm earning profit on an everyday basis that I can kind of offset some of that because I'm earning money that's going to help my losses. So I do like liquidity farming for the bearish period. Staking is, I think, somewhat safe. If you have enough position market share in a token, then that could be a good allocation to you, depending on the APY per year. I tend to look for 18% plus for it to be even worth it. I don't think 5% APY staking Cardano is going to help anyone anytime soon. So yeah, I would say liquidity farming for me, and staking would be number 2.
Good place. Good place. Crypto Atlas, you're up to bat with this question. Your best income plays.
So staking is, yeah,
Sorry.
I feel staking is basically the best overall concept to point out with this. The baseline of it is compounding. During a bear market where everything is down, those are not the times when realistically you try and take profits, right? You wait until it's in a bull run when things are going well. A lot of the things that are going on right now, especially when you look at, let's say, node projects, is there's uncertainty that's going on in the market. We don't know which of these node projects are actually going to survive this. A lot of them, there's just so much selling pressure that alone makes it look like the project's about to collapse. Other ones, people just gave up on their project from a developmental standpoint. The team behind it, they're like, you know what, we're done. And they rug pull it, whatever, right? But we're in a space where this space is moving so fast. The innovators are coming out almost every day. We're seeing new design mechanisms, consensus models, etc. And we're still very, very much in an experimental phase where we don't know what the next big thing that everyone's going to really jump on is going to be. We keep seeing new things coming out at a very hyper accelerated pace. And because of how much money is now flowing into this market, you're seeing a lot of also developers coming in that are saying, let me see what I can create, right? And there's tools, resources out there. A lot of this stuff makes it very simplified as compared to, let's say, you're trying to do this stuff 10 years ago. So you're seeing a lot of those things really playing out. But when you look at it from a standpoint where we are right now, as has already been stated, reflectionary tokens, when there's no volume, that doesn't really work. Node tokens, you're getting a bunch of tokens, but people just immediately go sell those things. The best case scenario is a hybrid. So if we weren't talking about fusing multiple things together, I would say the idea of allowing staking, as long as you can readily access it. So if you are still trying to take some kind of a profit, when you do compounding mechanism, a lot of these projects, just as an example, we're talking about drip, right? You can compound it, and then you have an interest that you're earning, you can access that interest. So every day that you decide to not take a profit, you are increasing the number of tokens by you compounding, and not just with drip, but any kind of design system with this. Anytime you compound, anytime you stake, that is not adding to sell pressure, right? So that creates an opportunity for buying pressure to come in, which raises the price. If nobody sells, but there's activity that's going on and it's buying price goes up. So then that's where you can then evaluate where you start to take profits. So it's not all a one-sided thing where everybody says sell, 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 sell. You create a design model where it diversifies independently for individuals. Some people will keep compounding. Some people will take profits every day. Some people will take profits once a week, but that allows a bit of a shift in its natural design. So I would say that during a market like this, if you need to take profits, create a design system where you relieve a little bit of that selling pressure. And I think the most simplified version is essentially a staking auto compounding or compounding certain design.
Wow, fantastic. All right, guys, I'm going to ask everyone just a really quick question. Just yes or no. Do you have the ability to receive a Polygon token? Moonboy, yes or no?
Yes.
How about you, Crypto Atlas?
Sorry, repeat the question one more time.
Do you have the ability to receive a Polygon token? Yes or no?
Yeah. I just have to have just Polygon wallet, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering. How about you, SafeMoon Joe? Do you have the ability to? Okay, you can get a Polygon token, and
Yes,
obviously, I already know the answer to this from Generation Crypto. Cool, that's cool. Because we are going to play a game, and the winner of the game gets 25 free Giddy.
Woo!
So you guys get to get Giddy. This time I'm actually giving away rewards, guys. So yeah. So here's another thing. This is going to be a good time because basically the way that this game works is it a real DeFi project? I'm going to give you some names. You have to tell me if you think it's real or if it's fake. And whoever gets the most right will get themselves 25 Giddy tokens. All right.
Yeehaw, let's go.
First, we're going to start off with SafeMoon Joe. The very first one is Scum Bucket. Is Scum Bucket a real DeFi project? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so you are saying that it is not a real DeFi project.
No.
Okay. Scum Bucket, Generation Crypto, real or not?
I'm gonna go yeah.
Okay. Okay. Atlas, Scum Bucket, real project or not?
Not.
Okay, so you think it's not a real project. Okay. And Moonboy, Scum Bucket.
So I know CUM Bucket, that's a real project, but Scum, I don't think so.
Okay. Guys, no looking this up. So if you're at, don't look any of these up.
I'm adding Polygon to my MetaMask. I swear to God.
Okay. Don't look any of it. Oh, so you were feeling confident. Yeah, he's feeling confident he's going to win this one.
No, I have no idea.
Is this a real DeFi project? Cheese Fry. And we're going to start with SafeMoon Joe. Cheese Fry, is it a real DeFi project?
No.
Okay, so you say no.
No.
All right, Drew, is this a real DeFi project?
I'm gonna go with no on this one as well.
Okay, so you're gonna go with no as well. Okay. Atlas, is this a real DeFi project?
No.
Okay, so you're saying no as well. And Moonboy, is Cheese Fry a real DeFi project?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Ooh, the odd man out on this one, huh?
Yeah,
you
guys wrong. You guys know DeFi. Come on.
BNB Beer. BN Beer. Is that a real DeFi project? SafeMoon Joe. BN Beer.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds legit to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a token to me.
So you think that is BN Beer, okay? And Crypto Atlas, BN Beer, is this a real one? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. And Moonboy, is this a real token?
Yes,
BN Beer.
Yes, it is, sir.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, that's what you think. Okay. Shoelace. SafeMoon Joe, is Shoelace a DeFi project?
Hold on,
Hold on, let me search it on.
I'm trying to think, like, how would you sell this to people? Like,
I feel like his wife is off on the outside right now on her phone, and she's like hand signing to him.
Googling Shoelace. No, it's not. It doesn't sound legit. You
Okay.
can't sell that, right?
You can't sell Shoelace is what he's saying.
You
Okay.
just can't do it.
Generation Crypto, Shoelace, is it a real project? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna go yeah on this one.
Okay, so you're going to say yes to this one. And Atlas, Shoelace, is it a real DeFi project?
No.
Okay. And Moonboy, is it a real DeFi project? Shoelace.
I'm doing the opposite of whatever generation says. So whatever
So
he says,
you're-
do the opposite.
So you're saying
Okay.
no,
No.
because of what you're saying it is.
I'm saying no, it's not.
Shoelace to the moon.
Shoelace to the moon. You guys are crazy.
How'd you buy your mansion? Oh, I bought this crypto project called Shoelace.
Look at your shoes. That's where
Okay.
it is.
What are those?
Next project, Waffle Swap. Joe,
Sounds-
Waffle Swap, is it a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay.
Confident.
Yeah,
Confident.
yes on that one as well. There's a pancake swap. Someone's definitely trying to make a waffle swap.
Yep.
Okay. Kyle, is there a waffle swap?
Atlas?
Or sorry, or Atlas. Sorry, oh Jesus. I gotta.
Yes. I'll say yes on this one.
Okay, so you're saying yes to this one. And Moonboy.
Generation said yes, but I'm gonna go with no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
Come on.
just wait till you're at the end and you have zero
You're
because I
missing
got them
out.
all right.
I'm gonna win.
Missing
Y'all
out
was
on the
wrong.
waffles.
Y'all was wrong. I'm gonna win.
All right. Next DeFi project. Is it real? Milk and butter. Joe, is milk and butter a real DeFi project?
Not feeling it. It's not good like waffles.
Yeah,
Not
no,
feeling
I'm
it.
not on this one as well.
So you're saying no to this immediately?
100%.
Okay.
Shotgunning it.
Atlas, milk and butter, real DeFi project.
I'll say yes on this one.
Okay. And Moonboy, milk and butter.
Come on, Will, you gotta say yes.
Damn it. That sounds Look at butter. I'm gonna keep it, man. I'm gonna go yes. I'm just keep
Okay.
the trend going. So
Okay.
You know what's wrong.
sounds horrible.
Okay. Frank and Beans. Frank and Beans, is it a real DeFi project? SafeMoon Joe, Frank and Beans.
No.
So you're saying
no.
you're saying
I'm
it's
saying no.
not. Saying it's not.
All right,
Okay.
here's what I'm thinking. All right, I'm gonna say yes, but I'm gonna give an explanation.
Shit.
I
All right.
think you saw
I know you're
Frank
gonna
and
say-
Beans, and you're like, I need to find a counter one to add to this list. So what's another like super old person food? And you're like, I'm gonna think of milk and bread or whatever that last one.
Oh, you know what? Can't change
was
my
milk and
answer.
butter.
No,
Can't change my
no,
answer.
no.
No.
I hope they're both wrong.
Yes.
So you're saying your answer is yes. Okay. Atlas, is Frank and Beans a DeFi project?
No.
Okay. You're saying no to this one. Okay. And Moonboy, I guess, is Frank and Beans a DeFi project?
I'm gonna have to break it. I'm gonna have to say yes. I'm sorry. I think it is.
You're gonna
I
have
broke
to-
him.
I couldn't keep it.
I broke him on that
Oh.
one.
You broke him
damn
on
it.
that one.
Pop my
Okay. Next, is it real? Fishy Tank token. So SafeMoon Joe, is Fishy Tank token a real token?
Fishy tank token. No.
So you're saying no. Okay.
Wait.
Um,
Yeah, no. I'm still going no. Definitely no. Definitely no.
Drew, Fishy Tank token.
I'm
Is
gonna
it,
go
is it?
no on this one.
You're gonna go no on this one. Okay. Atlas, Fishy Tank token.
No.
Okay, so you're also saying no. And Moonboy, Fishy Tank token.
I gotta say no. That sounds horrible. So
But I thought you were gonna do the opposite of
it sounded too bad, and I think I'm gonna lose. I can't keep.
His will is
counteracting
broken.
his will was broken.
I'm gonna lose this thing if I keep agreeing all these points.
Okay. The next, is it real? Unicorn milk. SafeMoon Joe,
Oh God. That
it's
sounds-
unicorn
That
milk.
sounds so legit. Yeah, I'm going with unicorn
Okay.
milk.
Okay. Drew is
Sounds good.
No, it's not real. There's no way that's real.
Okay.
If that's
Atlas,
real-
Unicorn to the moon.
You saying unicorns aren't real?
Unicorn.
Atlas, is unicorn milk a real DeFi project?
I'll say no.
Okay. And Moonboy, is unicorn milk a real DeFi project?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay, you're gonna say yes to that one.
Unicornonomics.
He's gonna stick
Okay,
with it.
and
Roll
this
it,
is
man,
the
come on.
final one. Is this a real DeFi project? Red Rocket. SafeMoon Joe, Red Rocket. Is it a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying it's
Sounds
yes.
legit
I'm gonna-
to me.
Yeah, that one sounds more like it would be, so I'm gonna go yeah on that one.
A red rocket? Do you guys know what a red rocket is?
I know what a red rocket is. Yeah.
That's why I think it's definitely gonna be one.
What's the Red Rocket? Can you explain?
Atlas, is Red Rocket a real DeFi project?
I'll say yes.
Okay. And Moonboy, is Red Rocket a real DeFi project?
So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
So you're saying yes on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have the winner. Drum roll. The winner of today is Moonboy. You win 25 Giddy.
There it is. Look at that generation. What I tell you.
You got
Guys,
6
you deviated.
correct.
It's because you
Generation
deviated at
is
the end. That's
always
why.
wrong. Just do everything. Do the opposite of what he does.
Scumbucket is not a real project. So Scumbucket is not a real project.
Dang.
Cheese Fry is a real DeFi project.
Get wrecked, generation. Come
BN Beer is a real project. Shoelace
That's it.
is not a real DeFi project. Waffle
Damn.
Swap is not real, guys. I made
Come
that
on.
shit up. It was
What are
not
you doing?
real. But
It
everyone
sounds like
said-
pancake.
I know. I got you. That was not real.
I'd go with
Milk,
French toast.
Milk and Butter is a real DeFi project, guys.
Wow.
I did the opposite.
Every single one of you guys got that wrong. Milk and
Oh,
Butter.
Wait. You said
You
milk
deviated.
and butter is
I
real?
could've just-
Milk and
you
Butter
could've
is a real
generation.
DeFi
I
project.
said that was real.
Dude, imagine being part of that
Oh no,
community
okay. Well,
going,
you
"We're real."
are actually. I do have your point for that. You actually came in third. Drew came in dead
Ah, dang
last.
it.
Yes.
Like maybe that made me win.
I got second, bro. Close.
Hey, it's just revenge because the first time I won and Moonboy got last, so I guess we're just having opposite
Yeah.
day today.
Bro,
Frank-
I just do the opposite of you.
Frank and Beans, you guys liked it, but it was not real, man. It was a
Oh.
fake. Frank and Beans.
That was good. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Wait, so I got that one too.
Wait, did I get
Uh-huh.
that one wrong?
You didn't get that one.
I said no on that one.
Yeah, no, you got that one right. You got that one right.
Wait, I
Atlas.
keep getting them right, but I didn't win. I got
No,
third.
you
What the
got third,
heck?
Get wrecked.
Yeah, you got 4 right.
Oh,
Joe got 5. Moonboy got 6, and Drew got 2.
Oh, no, you were
Two,
close.
baby. Red
Bro, I was coming behind. I didn't even know.
I didn't deal with my strategy. Go against generation with everything.
Fishy Tank token is actually real. So in case anyone wants to get involved with Fishy Tank, that is actually a real DeFi project.
I'll buy it tonight.
Unicorn Milk is a real DeFi project.
Let's go. I knew it.
And Red Rocket is not a real DeFi project. I made that shit up.
Oh, wow.
So-
I got a lot of them wrong.
All right. So
I was
after this
debating
show,
on
we'll
saying
have
no
to,
to that.
you just have to post in
25
the,
Giddy.
you
Let's
got
go.
you're finally getting into
Yeah,
Giddy.
boy.
If you guys are watching and not on the Giddy waitlist app, scan the QR code in the corner and get on that Giddy waitlist app. Okay, now let's get on to the next thing. And I think might be a cool question for you guys. What is your favorite wallet app and why? So what wallet app is your favorite one? Which one do you like using the most out of all the different DeFi wallets out there? And why do you like that one the most? SafeMoon Joe, I think I might know your answer, but maybe I don't know. SafeMoon Joe, what's your favorite wallet app?
The SafeMoon Wallet. It's. I'll be honest. I like Trust Wallet. I like MetaMask. I like them a lot. I'm just used to SafeMoon Wallet because I've been using it so much, so I use it for like everything. So that's basically what it is. I still have the other one. I still use the other ones, but like for everything, my first instinct is how can I make this work with the SafeMoon Wallet, and can it do that? And then if it does it, I go cool. I'm done with it. I don't need to like expand on that. I'm good then. But I mean, like I said, Trust Wallet and MetaMask are great wallets. It's just I find myself being more comfortable using the SafeMoon Wallet app.
Very, very cool. Generation, what is your favorite wallet app and why?
Right now, it's MetaMask. It's the most widely accessible for anything that I'm getting involved with on any chain. So it's just easy to use. It's intuitive, and it doesn't have the security issues that Trust Wallet has. So it's probably my favorite.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Crypto Atlas, favorite wallet app and why?
right now I'd say Trust Wallet. I like the ability that if I need to do a quick wallet connect, I can not only just do that inside the app itself, but it has a disconnect feature. There's an update that they did recently, so I can actually see inside of the app where I'm connected with what project. And because I don't invest in just one project, I do invest into a lot of different things. I do a lot of these node projects. I do check in, I compound, etc. Being able to quickly get in and then quickly be able to disconnect in that and to see if I am still connected, I really like that feature.
Awesome. Moonboy, what is your favorite wallet app and why?
So mine is cex.io, and the reason why is because it's very easy to on.
Not a real coin. No. Sorry.
It's a very cool app. For me, like I said, you can trade your cryptocurrencies in there. You can buy Bitcoin. I use it for the purpose of off ramping my crypto to fiat directly to my bank account. It takes about 8 to 9 hours. So due to where I live, is very hard to buy crypto. Binance is blocked, crypto.com is blocked, KuCoin is blocked. A lot of these exchanges that are available to people around the world are blocked. CEX has been a very easy place for me to purchase crypto. And from there, I can send that crypto to either a MetaMask or Binance to purchase other assets. When I'm ready to take my profits, I can easily send it back to that crypto wallet, and then I can off ramp into my debit card directly. So for just quality of life purposes, I don't stake in there. I don't do Wallet Connect. That's MetaMask for me. But when it comes to just what's helped me in my life more when it comes to investing and taking profits, cex.io.
Awesome. My vote is for MetaMask. I'm all over a whole bunch of different chains, and it makes it so easy when you're jumping from chain to chain. So that's one of my favorite wallets, because a lot of the other wallets I find a little bit more confusing on trying to add different networks and stuff to them. I got the hand of how to do it on MetaMask, and it's really simple. And if I'm going from AVAX to Polygon to BNB to Ethereum it's so easy to move around, and that's why I'm a big fan of MetaMask wallet. So guys, you guys did a great job on the show. I have one last question for everyone, and this is just to help people out that are watching that are new to DeFi and may not know all the intricacies of the DeFi. What are some things that you would recommend people not do when they're investing in DeFi? What are some things to watch out for? What are some things you should look out for in this DeFi space? SafeMoon Joe, besides SafeMoon Cash, which was up 12% the other day, by the way.
Jesus. They're coming back strong. They're gonna I feel like SafeMoon's gonna moon, and SafeMoon Cash will still be like, it's $1. Like,
It's
who's working that project?
Joe, you have no idea the amount of people that found out that project because of you. Like a lot of people.
I bought it straight up because SafeMoon Joe told me it was going to rug.
No, I didn't.
Now watch this. Now it's going to be bigger than SafeMoon, and it's going to be all attributed to Joe.
It's going to have like a random dev team, and then we're going to have
to take over the contract and run
it's
the
gonna
project.
It's going to have a random dev team, and spoiler, I'm going to be the head guy in the dev team because I know where to dox myself. It was me all along. I was SafeMoon Cash.
For all purposes, SafeMoon Cash did rug. All the development team left. They actually started another project. It's called like Game Cash or something to that. So there is no more SafeMoon Cash. They don't have a website. They don't have any support. But for some reason, the price did go up the other day, and I'm holding a whole 7 cents. It went back down a little bit. It went up to 9 cents. My whole $5 investment. Thanks, Joe, for that.
No.
But yeah. So what are some things not to do when investing in DeFi?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't ever listen to anybody and everybody. Learn from everybody and then figure it out on your own. And I think that's what is really important in just crypto in general. Like, if everyone says something, whatever it's for or against, no matter what it is, go and learn yourself after taking. I mean, it's always great to take everyone's word at consideration. It's always good like that. But after absorbing what everyone tells you, turn around and say, okay, now I know what they say. Now let me go figure out if it correlates or how this works, and do that. You'll learn more about the projects in crypto. But more importantly, you'll learn from getting everyone's opinion what's to expect of whatever X or Y. And I think that's insanely important, is to listen to everybody. Try to have as many people talking to you about whatever as possible, but then come back and learn it yourself. And I think that's the most important lesson that I definitely wish I learned a long time ago, like super long time ago, like within crypto, is to not just hear family say, oh, she sell it, and then go, all right, mom says she sells, so I'm going to sell it. Or everyone at your job making funny about it. Just absorb what they say and go and learn about it, and then figure out what you want to do afterwards.
Awesome answer. Generation Crypto, things not to do when investing in DeFi.
I think the first and most obvious is to not share your seed phrase, right? There's a lot of times where you'll be on Twitter, you'll be on Reddit, you'll be on another platform, YouTube, and someone will say, hey, I'm support. I heard you had problems with our project, whether it's a token or you're on a wallet, and they say, we're wallet support, we're reaching out to you. Any of those kind of things that way, they're all usually scams. None of these dev teams are reaching out to you. They don't have support teams on staff to reach out to everybody, especially these wallet apps. So you never, regardless of circumstance, should you ever should you ever be giving out that seed phrase to anybody ever. There's literally never a time or an excuse that you would ever have to give to a support team or to anybody else your 12-word seed phrase. Never share it with anybody. Hopefully this is something that will be kind of resolved in DeFi as it grows, not to keep shilling it, but Giddy is working on ways to make seed phrases more secure so that it becomes less of an issue down the road, especially for the people that are new to crypto. But as the time stands now, when it comes to things like seed phrases, please protect it at all costs, because the second you give that out, that's just license for anyone else to completely zero out your bags, and there's really no way of getting that money back once it's gone. So please, please, please protect that seed phrase at all costs. Don't keep a digital copy on your phone or in your photos or anywhere where it can be digitally accessed. Keep that analog, written on a piece of paper, printed out on a piece of paper, whatever you have to do, but don't save it digitally anywhere, and then keep that stored somewhere safe where other people are not going to see it.
I'm going to go next really quick just because this popped in my head when you were talking about not giving out seed phrases. Also, do not connect with your wallet connect to a QR code that you're not familiar with and verify the website. A lot of times there's a lot of websites that will look like other websites that you think are legit. Like PancakeSwap has a lot of different websites that mimic the website almost perfect. Make sure you really read the URL that you put in to make sure if you are really on the PancakeSwap, because once you connect your wallet to that QR that pops up, if you do wallet connect on it and you use that little QR and you scan it in, not the QR code here, by the way, if you want to sign up for the Giddy wait list app, you can scan that in and download the app for it. But don't connect your wallet to, yeah, that one right there. Perfect. But don't connect your wallet to websites that you don't know 100% are legit, because they have the ability to then go in and take everything in your wallet. It's almost as if you just gave them your seed phrase. So that's one of the things I would say, things not to do when investing in DeFi is to just get onto a DEX you're not familiar with and just buy in that way, because they could literally go in and steal everything you have. All right, let's fly on over to Atlas. What are some things not to do when investing in DeFi?
I got two big things. Number one is the golden rule of investing. Never invest more than what you're willing to lose. That's something we definitely need to make sure that we elaborate to people if they are getting involved in investing in general. That is the golden rule. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. The second thing is that there's been a scam that's happened quite a bit, especially when we're in a bull market, where a lot of these scammers, they run live streams and it looks like as if it's a live broadcast of Elon Musk, or it's Jeff Bezos, Vitalik Buterin, it's some other founder. I mean, for all we know, we could see one in the future that's of John Crony from SafeMoon. And they make it sound like they're doing this nice little giveaway where they're giving away Bitcoin. And in these scams, what they lead you to believe is that if you send them Bitcoin, you will get 10 times that back. But you can only enter it in one time, right? So they give you options. So they say, oh, you can do 0.1 Bitcoin, you could do 1 Bitcoin, or you could do 10 Bitcoin. But they're trying to be really generous, right? They're trying to give back to you. So they make it sound like in order for you to receive in this giveaway and for you to only receive your one-time donation gift, they need to have your address. So you have to send them something. But by you sending them a portion, their whole idea is like, hey, the more that you send us, the more that you can technically get back, but you only get one chance. So you get some people that look at it and they say, well, if I only do 0.1 Bitcoin and it is a scam, like I lost some money, but you know, who knows? Maybe it works out. But you get a whole bunch of people that do that. These scammers end up making a ton of money. And then in addition to that, you get other people where they say like, holy cow, this looks so legit. Everything looks so, it looks like there's a live stream feed on the screen. They make everything look very presentable, and they're probably going to keep trying to advance these things. So don't be surprised if in the future they actually have the live stream chat enabled and you see people talking inside of these chats. Those aren't actually people. Those are probably going to be botted things, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube or whatever. Those are scams. You send them 10 Bitcoin, you think you're going to get 100 back. No, they just took your Bitcoin. It's gone. You got screwed over.
Wow. Thank you for that advice. I think who's ever watching out there, put that to heart. Also, do your own research for anything you're investing in. Make sure that you know what you're investing in. Don't just invest because someone tells you, because they could be telling you a load of BS. So make sure you look into it yourself. Moonboy, what are some things not to do when investing in DeFi?
Well, don't invest in new projects, especially something called Unicorn Milk. By the way, this is their NFT game over here. So
I love
you
it.
can actually purchase the unicorns and race them and win milk tokens. So
Yeah, bro.
that's what that is over there. So
Are you going to be investing in unicorn milk now?
well, I mean, so you can bet it's an ERC20 token, and based off of how it is that if you purchase a horse, a unicorn, you can race it and you can actually buy other pieces of it to make it go faster. And the more races you win, the more unicorn milk you earn, which you can cash in for Ethereum. Why would I not buy that? Come on. That sounds like money.
That sounds like pure cash, man. I want to milk those unicorns. Wait for a second. If it's a male unicorn, how do you milk it?
Yeah, you're thinking too far.
Are
Just
there
milk it,
male
man.
unicorns?
It doesn't matter what it is, just milk
I
it.
don't
No,
know.
Or are
unicorns
there
don't exist in this
female
world.
unicorns? Or are they like an androgynous species? Are they like a seahorse where
They're
the
like
males are the
frogs.
ones to give birth? Or like, how does a unicorn work?
They
They're all
just all
chicks.
lay eggs. They're just like frogs.
They lay
So you are-
eggs?
Yeah.
The horse lays eggs?
No, it's not a horse. It's a unicorn. Horses
bro.
don't lay eggs.
Different.
Unicorn
Okay.
is
But a
different,
unicorn,
bro.
okay.
Unicorns are like frogs, all right? All frogs lay eggs, right?
So
Are these-
unicorn milk, don't invest in. Is that your advice when not doing things in DeFi?
So I feel like people always love to jump on the brand new shiny toy, thinking that this is going to be the token that's going to pump. When it comes to advice, just don't hop into anything and everything. Stop buying all these random pre-sale tokens. When you see a funny name, like some kind of play on like a baby Seifu or like a baby Drip, I've seen all of them, and I've seen baby Drip Junior, Seifu Senior, all of these tokens. Why would you guys buy these little play on names of these other tokens that are popular? Obviously, this is going to rug you. You're out here buying Ethereum, dad and mom. I've seen all these coins. It just blows, and they blow up tens of millions in market cap within the first week all the time because those communities are massive. For whatever reason, they think this is going to moon as well and give them the same 10x, if not more, of a return. And they're going to hop in, not realizing the LP is going to be unlocked in a day, and they're going to pull the liquidity out, which always happens. So stop chasing behind this little funny name of these bigger projects when they add like a junior or a senior or a baby or a mom or a dad. Ridiculous stuff, right? You don't invest that way. You do what you do with your money, but it is the traditional way to guarantee a rug. So that's it.
Baby grandpa.
Awesome. You guys did a great job tonight. Thank you for joining me. That's all the material that I had tonight. So for you guys watching out there, thank you so much for watching us. I don't know if do you guys want to do your little outros? I don't know if you guys enjoy doing that, or we could just cut it. It's completely up to you. Do you guys, for a little raise of hands there if you want to do a little outro? Okay, I didn't see any hands. I'm not seeing any hands. All right. All right, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. And that's going to end the show. And we'll see you in another week. So giddy up and scan that QR code or click the link below to get on the Giddy waitlist app to get one of your free NFTs from Giddy. Yeah, look into the project. It's really cool. The people there are really cool. And I'm sure Moonboy is going to be a Giddy head after this because I have to send him some Giddy because he crushed that game. So, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.